Hello teachers, here's a PBL video that will help you to use the learning module in your class and interact with your learners. This is grade 6 PBL on the chapter The Lighthouse with the concept using direction. This presentation will guide you on how to engage students effectively. Learning objectives defines what a student should be able to do or know by the end of a lesson or module. Whereas learning outcomes, it is also what students should be able to do, know, or value after completing a course. Teachers make the students understand that they have to achieve all the learning outcomes by the end of the PBL. Leading question. Every PBL starts with a leading question. It is an engaging question. It also hints or encourages a particular answer, often shaping the respondent's reply. It is an open-ended and could invite a variety of responses from students. So the question here is, how do I find my way? For example, a student might answer using a GPS or a map device. Answer 2, ask for directions from people nearby. Activity 1, what does it mean? Look around you, take a walk on the footpath, note down all the symbols you see and put down what they mean. The first two are done for you. So you can see there is two columns, one is symbol, another one the meaning. The first one is the upward direction, that is the forward, it means forward, and the second symbol, it means left. So teachers ask the students to complete the rest of the boxes. Activity 2, read the map. This map leads a ship in the ocean to a treasure, a big box with something very valuable. Can you read the map? Study the different signs and symbols on the map and try to find out what they mean. Here you can see, for example, it's called anchor. Anchor near the shore suggests landing point for the ship. And the other one is, look at the big X mark that is in the red color. That is where the treasure is hidden. So students should be able to complete the rest of the signs. Can you tell what these symbols mean? Try to match the symbol with its correct meaning in the table below. The first symbol, it is a compass, that is the direction, which means north, south, east, and west. So teachers ask the students to complete and match the remaining symbols and its meaning. Activity 3, find your way. Imagine you have to find your way out of the box below. You cannot touch any black lines and only move through the gaps in the lines. This box is called a maze. Draw a line to move from one arrow to another to find your way out of the maze. For example, you can see this line is not touching the other black lines. Teachers ask the students to complete the remaining answer. Activity 4. This map or that map. You have already studied a map and found out what its symbols mean. Now, imagine you're on a ship that needs to find the treasure. Can you choose the right map from the maps given above to reach the treasure? Which map do you think will help you reach the treasure easily? Why? Here, students might have different options or answers. For example, let's take a student says, I think map B is better because it shows clear paths, landmarks, and directions, making it easier to find the treasure. Map A looks more like a warning sign with fewer details. Activity 5. Now it's your turn. Create your treasure map. Use the signs and symbols you learned from the maps above and add directions to help a person reach the spot. You may use symbols, words, and other images to make the map better. For example, you can use the directions north, south, east, and west. Similarly, teachers ask the students to use the remaining symbols that they have learnt from the previous activity and complete the map. This is a practice sheet questions. You have 9 questions in this. The first one is, circle the symbol that shows left. The answer is C. Students, do the remaining questions. Let's read the passage which is in the practice sheet. Shilpa loved mangoes and wanted to eat the juiciest ones. She went around her village asking everyone, do you know where I can find the juiciest mangoes? But nobody could help her. One day, her Ajji grandmother came home. Shilpa ran to her and asked, Ajji, do you know where I can find the juiciest mangoes? Aji smiled and said, "Yes, I do." She handed Shilpa a map and said, "Follow this map and you will find them." Shilpa looked at the map carefully. First, the map guided her to walk towards the north. She walked towards the north and saw a big tree. Next, the map showed a left turn. She turned left and walked until she saw a small bridge. Then the map showed her a right turn. Shilpa turned right and followed the pathway. She walked and walked until she reached a huge market. The map showed her a stop symbol at the second fruit stall on the left. She found the second fruit stall and asked the seller, "Do you have the juiciest mangoes?" The fruit seller smiled and said, "Yes, these are the juiciest mangoes in all the land." Shilpa bought the mangoes and tasted them. They were the best mangoes she had ever eaten. She thanked her Ajji for the map. You have three questions on the passage. The first question: how did Ajji help Shilpa find the juiciest mangoes? The answer is she gave her a map. This is an OMR sheet where it is given to the learners. Now, there are few tips in practicing the OMR sheet. Teachers, brief the students about the OMR sheet. Here are few tips you can follow. An OMR sheet is a sheet that has bubbles. These bubbles need to be shaded to indicate your answers. These OMR sheets are mainly used for multiple choice questions. This gives students the experience of filling the OMR sheet. For example, the student ID, and the students have to shade inside the bubble below the numbers. PBL serial number. Let's take for example, this is the fourth PBL and let's shade 4. Subject. On the note side we have three options. So this is English subject. Let's shade the option A. Which class? This is the 6th grade. So let's shade 6. Now you have self-assessment. These are the questions for the practice sheet. And for example, the first question you have option A is the answer. Teachers ask the students to shade in the option A.
For the complete solution to all the practice sheets provided at the end of each PBL, please refer to Teachopia. Thank you, teachers.